Welcome to Chisholm Trail 61. Today we're going to be doing a old-fashioned dessert. We're going to be doing a buttermilk pie. And I'm going to show you how we do that coming up right now. Our pie dish out of the way. We're going to get us a bowl here. And what we got 3 eggs. We're going to beat our eggs real good. We just need to beat our eggs. Like I said, there's 3 of them. And we're going to mix our wet ingredients together first. Now this recipe is an old recipe from way back in the day. It actually was founded by the Amish. There goes my oven. My oven just got heated. I've had my oven heating way up before we ever started the video. But it was founded by the Amish, and I'm going to say it probably was founded by mistake. I doubt that they meant it, but they probably started putting the pie together and realized they didn't have everything that they wanted in their pie to make a pie, and then they just went with what they had, and it turned out good. We got 1 cup of buttermilk here. We're going to pour it in and mix it around a little bit. Now we got 1 stick of butter melted here, and you want to let your butter cool just for a minute. My butter's been sitting out for 2 or 3 minutes here. You want to let it cool for a minute before you add it, and you want to add it, just slowly while you're stirring, because you don't want it to harden on you. You'll bring it to temp, and then we got 1.5 cups of sugar. You want to add everything and stir. We got a quarter of a teaspoon of salt. We got 3 tablespoons of flour. Yeah, it seems weird that this is going to be a pie, but it is, and this is a great tasting pie. If you had never had buttermilk pie, you don't know what you're missing out on. Now myself, I don't drink buttermilk. I can't stand the taste of buttermilk, but I like it in cooked foods. I like it in biscuits. I like buttermilk biscuits. I like buttermilk cornbread. I like buttermilk pie. I got this is 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. I think that was 1 teaspoon. Yeah, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Had to double check myself there. We're going to stir it in good. And we just want it as smooth as we can get it here. We want sugar all dissolved. That's why I added sugar to it before the flour and stuff like that, because we want that sugar dissolved. We want to try to beat it smooth, get it smooth as we can. And like I said, get all of your sugar dissolved. You don't want any lumps in your sugar. I'm doing that. I'm just going to set some of this stuff up out of the way here so we can not have to deal with all that. Just going to set it over here out of the way. And like I said, we got our oven preheated to 400 degrees now. We got that mixed up good. And what we're going to do, we're just going to pour it over into our dish that we put butter in. We just want to stir it around. And yeah, it's runny, but it'll firm up though. When we get cooked now, probably what's going to happen, I don't want y'all to be alarmed, so I'm going to tell you what'll happen to you is you'll take, when it's cooking, it's going to rise up. And you want it to get firm and brown on top. And it'll rise up, but then it'll settle back down. So now we're going to put this in the oven, like I said, 400 degrees for 1 hour. And then we'll bring you back when we take it out of the oven. Ladies and gentlemen, I have made a mistake. we're actually going to do an impossible pie, and this is the one that makes its own crust. The buttermilk pie doesn't, so we got to put it over into a pie crust. So I thought about that as I went to put it in the oven. So what we're going to do, we're just going to pour it out of this over into the pie crust here. And that's a lesson learned. Just because something goes wrong, you know, it doesn't ruin the whole recipe. You can correct whatever the issue is. So now we're going to put this in the oven at 400 degrees for 1 hour, and we'll bring you back. But I just want to stress the point that, you know, don't get frustrated if something goes wrong. If you make a mistake, just go back and correct it. Everything will work out. Like I said, I just got confused on which pie we was doing here, but the buttermilk pie goes in a crust. The other pie we'll be showing you at a later date when that video is out. Makes its own crust. So you can sort of be watching for it too. But the buttermilk pie, 400 degrees, 1 hour. This is real cooking, people. No doubt about it. Mistakes happen. We'll be back when we take it out of the oven. Okay, we just took our pie out of the oven there. It's been in for about an hour, and you can see what we was talking about, brown, and sort of you can see the little cracks in it. Now, when we first started taking it out of the oven, it was bubbled, you know, swelled up above the crust. But like I said, as soon as we took it out and the cool air hit it, it shrunk back down. That's why I was telling you it'll rise, but it'll shrink back down. Now, what we got to do, we got to let this set and completely cool before we can cut into it. Because you cut into it before it's completely cool, it's just going to run everywhere. It has to sit and completely cool to set up like it's supposed to. Now, do not put it in the refrigerator to speed up the process of cooling, because if you do that, it's going to mess up the way it sets also. So you just got to let it sit here probably for about an hour, hour and a half, whatever it takes, and cool completely before you ever cut into it. But whenever we go to cut into it, we'll bring you back at that time and we'll do us a taste test here. Okay, we've had our pie out of the oven for about an hour now, so it's cooled down. You can see I can touch it and it feels cool around. So, and you can see how it's settled down. It's got plumb flat there now and stuff across the top. So you can tell that, you know, it's cooled down and settled. We're going to cut it and we're going to try to get us a little piece of it out here and see what it looks like now. On this crust, if you don't want your crust as dark as what this is, I like my crust done. I mean, like done. But you can, what they call tint your crust, you know, take tinfoil and put over the top of it. And if you don't, I better make another cut in that so that doesn't come together there. You can put a tinfoil over the top of it, and then it won't brown on you like that. But personally, I like crust brown myself, so that's why I'm gonna try to get under it here and get it out so we can see what it is. And that's what it looks like right there. You can see it how it's set up, the different, you know, browned on top, and how it's set up good there in the middle. We're gonna lay it there. We're gonna taste it, see what it tastes like. Man, it sure does smell good. Man, I could eat that whole pie by myself. I love buttermilk pie. That is. Got that crust on top of it. That middle just melt in your mouth. As soon as it hits your mouth, it just melt in your mouth. That is some good pie right there. Y'all got to try this recipe. Buttermilk pie. Write down in the comment. Let me know what you think about it. Like the video. Give it a thumbs up. Share. Comment. Subscribe to our channel. We appreciate all of you that do. Appreciate all of you that take time out of your day to watch our videos. Try this buttermilk pie. We'll see you on the next one.